Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open House Live, the only live stream in Las Vegas, bringing you real-time properties, real-time open house looks of some of the best properties for sale right now in Las Vegas. I am Mike Wilson, and as always, I've got my main man here, Paul Manguel.
Good morning, Mike. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you, Paul. What's today looking like?
Well, we got some great properties. We have something in Inspirada today, which is my neck of the woods. I'm very excited to see, as well as I don't remember where Kalina's was, but I know that both sets of our speakers today and our presenters have some great open houses, some great properties to show, and the weather's gorgeous. It's almost a little warm out there today for January, so we're excited to have everybody on here.
Yeah, I think I heard Leanne talking about in the sun. She's actually a little bit warm where she is right now. So
right,
nice 70-degree weather in Vegas.
Worst problems to have, that's for sure.
Let's tell everybody who we've got on the show with us today.
All right, so we have Leanne and Jeff Mix from Realty One Group. And I met Jeff a while ago, actually, walking in and out of an open house. We reconnected just a few minutes ago. We had Michael Vestudo planned to be on the show today. However, he was having some technical difficulties that we couldn't get over. So we're gonna bring him on another week. And then Kalina Mestas from Real Broker has a great property for us as well. And we're excited to have all of them to help us out on Open House Live today.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, we've probably talk about it every week. Technology is great, but sometimes it can be a booger for us.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is why the wireless, we use it for everything, and it can be a little tough sometimes when we're touring these properties.
Yeah. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's go to Leanne and Jeff. Leanne and Jeff Mix from Realty One Group out in Inspirada today.
I think it might be live.
Jeff, Leanne, are you there?
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
Hey, Mike.
Yes, we got you
Hey,
loud
Paul.
and clear.
Awesome. We appreciate you having us. I think this is a really cool platform to get you guys out there, get the agents, get some listings. This is really nice.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you. So you're out in Inspirada today, which I'm excited about. It's my neck of the woods. So tell us what you got today.
So it's a tri-point built in 21. It's out in the Arden community. They had 4 plans. This is plan 2. It's the 2388 square foot, 4 bedrooms with a full bath down. They also had the option for a loft in lieu of the 4th bedroom, but our sellers went with the 4th bedroom. It's an incredibly clean property, solar owned with a pool, no SIDS or lids. It's turnkey. Our sellers moved into something a little larger and a little more private. So they put it on the market, and we're really hoping to find a buyer this spring. So I feel like the market's kind of picked up. I don't know what your take is on that.
Yeah, we've seen, I was talking to a couple of different agents this last week, and the exciting part about the showings that have been happening is they're starting to see more stacked showings where sometimes they would just show up before, and it would be they would be the only one in and out of the house. And they've been talking about several times over the last, since the first of the year, where there's a showing happening and they're coming out just as someone else is walking in. And then when they're leaving, someone else is trying to come into the property. So it's nice that we're starting to see that activity pick up.
We're actually experiencing that this morning.
Great.
Yeah, which is wonderful. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you give us a tour of the house and let's see what you got.
Okay, I'm going to just switch over to the Steadicam, and then we'll take you on in.
All right. I like the fact that they're doing Inspirada. Again, I live in this area. I live in the neighborhood and love being part of it. We call it our own little Mayberry for those of us who live out here, just because we can walk around and see all the walking trails,
so
and all the walking trails, all of the pools, the parks. There's just so much available for us.
All right, are we You still got us?
Let's go.
I hope. Guys, thank you so much.
Call us with any questions. We're always available.
So I think I pushed the volume. Give me a second.
We're ready
about
for you.
now?
Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting no volume is the issue.
Well, we can hear you, Jeff. I don't know if we can. Mike, you want to message Leanne? Maybe we can.
Can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear. Okay. Well, we'll just pretend. But you know what? Then we can't banter back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Just jump in and go for the tour. If we have any problems, we'll let you know.
Hit.
Well, and that's the thing. We can't communicate with him to go ahead and start the tour. We're going to shoot him a text, maybe, Mike. And
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Okay, we can't hear you, unfortunately, but we'll just go, we'll roll with it. So anyhow, and I'd be remiss if I didn't show off one of the coolest real estate signs you'll ever see.
I do like
Custom
that.
made by me. You can see the making of it on our YouTube channel. We'll take you on in.
Gorgeous entry. Really light and bright.
Like the
And
stairwell.
nice high ceilings, as you can see, a cool chandelier.
Yeah.
And the upgraded rails. We'll take you into the first bedroom down here.
And it's always great to have a bedroom downstairs, whether you have guests or somebody who needs to come and stay, mom or dad. It's always nice to have a bedroom down with a full bath.
There's also a 3/4 bath. So
Yeah, very good.
nice storage under the stairs. But the heart of the home, I feel, is this area here, because it's so open. At least for Leanne and I, this is the way that we live. So an amazing island.
Yeah, we have 3 grown children and a bunch of little people running around. So it's always good to have a big open area where you can cook for them and make sure they're not taking your stuff.
So upgraded 42-inch uppers, recessed lighting, 9-foot ceilings, and nice 12 by 24 tiles. Our sellers have been so nice to, they texted us yesterday that they were here cleaning. Even though no one lives here, they're still coming out to
They're
clean.
very meticulous, which is great. It's really nice to work with people who are concerned about how the house is being presented.
I love it.
And then, of course, we have a beautiful backyard. There's some covered patio.
So it is a heated pool,
Trying to stay out of the thing.
Almost looks like a lap pool.
extended cover patio, really nice stonework. And I'm really bummed out that I can't hear you guys, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna roll with it.
My favorite part of the backyard is actually the view. You can see the mountains from here. I can see Mount Charleston that actually has snow on it.
Yeah, so
They're actually answering the questions I've got in my head, Paul.
you
I
can
was
get
wondering
Alright,
what
good.
was
when we
behind
get
there.
upstairs, we'll show you there's some strip views from the primary. And then this area would be really nice if you wanted to add a dog door and a dog run there.
Yeah, perfect. It's all very workable space.
And then we will shoot upstairs. We actually have a agent here to show the home now.
Great. That's really exciting.
And he's
The fact that we have to pick
Make yourselves out.
super tall agent. Tallest agent you may ever see. Shorty. I'm not kidding. So This Tri-Point did offer this as a loft area or a fourth bedroom. Our sellers went with the bedroom option. And if you
Better
need
idea.
4 bedrooms, this is really amazing.
And I love the windows. Tri-Point always has interesting windows.
Right. It's such a cool style. And you know, you can't just put one in without a huge header. So it's a lot of thinking that goes into putting in these windows structurally.
Yeah.
You know, even upgraded doors. The Tri-Point done really nice finishes out here. So this would be bedroom 4.
Again, lots of awesome natural light coming in.
So dual sinks in this bath and upstairs laundry.
And I love that it's open to the downstairs. It makes it feel so airy and spacious.
Especially when you have a rail like this. So this is the primary. Really good size. I like this little indention if you want to stick a dresser or a bureau, as the people from Massachusetts may say.
Recessed lighting is always nice.
9-foot ceilings up as well. Here we'll show you
Views.
again the view.
And there's nothing behind us right now, and there's no plans right now as to exactly what that lot is going to be.
But for now, you definitely have full city views.
Yeah.
So nice primary, dual sinks,
Huge shower.
amazing shower.
Yeah. It's a 10-person shower
Oh,
if you have 10
That's a
friends
party.
or 9 friends.
And then even the really nice built-ins here. So
Yeah, they've done a really great job on the upgrades and everything, and all the recessed lighting. I love all the natural light. The windows in this house are just amazing.
So we'll log off and then log back on to where we can chat back with you if that sounds good.
that's
That sounds
perfect.
good. You know, Paul, while they're logging off here, let's look at this property in a little deeper detail. Okay. And I want to look at it from a loan perspective. So when we look at this property, it's listed at $699. Okay. If you put 5% down on this, that'd be $35,000 down. That's going to be a conventional loan. And let's just say you got an interest rate of 6.375, very reasonable rate right now. That would put your monthly principal and interest payment at $4,149. Now, let's look at all the other costs that go into this property. So you're going to have property taxes of $492 per month. I think the annual tax on this property was just over $5,000. Mortgage insurance, $266 a month. The HOA for this property in Inspirada, $78 a month. Homeowners insurance, about $60 per month. So we're looking at an all-in total monthly payment just over $5,000 a month for this property. What stands out to you about this monthly payment, Paul, if anything?
Well, I mean, you know, we're seeing interest rates are changing a little bit, so hopefully that's something we'll see change a little bit. I like the fact that the HOA is pretty low. That's pretty exciting, and it's less than my HOA, which is, but I know obviously without larger down payment too, that mortgage insurance goes away, which is a big deal.
Yeah. And that's, this would be, I would say for a $700,000 price point, typical buyers are going to probably come in with 10% down. Most people in this price range go down with a little bit more down payment. However, that will drop the monthly payment, but you're still going to have that mortgage insurance on this property, even putting 10% down.
True.
So, for some people, we'll always look at, does it make sense to put more money down just to save a little bit on the mortgage insurance? Or is it better to reinvest that other down payment money into something else that's going to give a little bit better return?
For sure.
But, I think going forward, I think it's good to start talking about monthly payments, because we show a list price or a sales price, but what does that actually mean? How can someone watching this show really relate to that? Well, most people don't care about the purchase price as much as they care about that monthly payment. I think we talked about that last week.
Yeah, and that's how I look at when I buy a car and when I buy a house. Like, I look at, yes, the equity that is built is great. As we get moving on, the equity is wonderful. However, if in all reality, the equity can kind of be irrelevant if you don't buy the house yourself. People, you talk about your interest rate and what you're paying. If you're paying rent, you're getting zero equity. Right. If you're paying rent on a property. Even if you're getting a little tiny bit of equity on a property, it's better than renting. So I think it's a great move to purchase, even if the interest rates are a little different than we'd like to see them.
Yeah, I'd agree with you right there, 100%. Let's looks like we've got Jeff and Leanne back on here, so let's switch back and bring them back in.
Hey guys, sorry about the audio thing, but as long as
can you hear us now?
Perfect, I can hear you.
Great. Well, thanks again for showing us the property. We really loved the like we talked about, some of the real great features of it. Love that industrial stair rail, the large tiles, the great room, and that backyard almost looks like it's a great spot for for entertaining, as well as it almost the length of the pool almost looks like a lap pool. I don't think it was 25 yards, but it's still a good size pool to play and have the family on there. Mike, I know you said you had some questions specifically.
Yeah, Jeff and Leanne, you were actually reading my mind when you were showing that backyard. I was wondering what was on the other side of that wall. So you said there's no plans for a development back there at this point?
So it's part of the master plan. So it's kind of open on what it could be zoned for. It could be commercial. It could be more homes. It's hard to say. It does sit 10 feet below where this lot is. So my thought is, even if it was worst case, say a Target, or maybe best case, depending on who you ask. And even I would assume that there would be a setback. It's going to sit lower. I don't think from the primary you would lose that view. Of course, no one knows what's going there. It's just speculating. And then across the way, that parcel's owned by Station Casinos. So they put everything on hold of what they're going to do with regards to announcing anything, at least until February, from what I heard last. So, yeah. But I would imagine like a Durango station, if that was right over there, amazing. And then just from this community, you can walk one street over through the gate, and then you're right there at the Starbucks and the ice cream and the bar. So, I mean, awesome. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Starbucks, ice cream, and a bar. Perfect setup.
It's a little dangerous to be that close to Sorry Not Sorry. I know that because I live. To take me to drive there, it may or may not only take me about 2.5 minutes to drive there. So I totally understand and get it. And I'm probably going to go there today now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, good.
Stop in and see us.
Hey, Jeff and Leanne, we talked a little bit earlier. You also have a YouTube channel dedicated to Inspirada homes, correct?
Yeah, so it's Jeff Mix Real Estate, and we've got more than 500 videos. We go out every week, shoot video tours. Then we chop them into nice 90-second ones, but then we do what we call Inspirada TV, where we do an extended walkthrough of the property. And then we have a third series called Inspirada Candy that are just quick 15-second, what's active, what's in contract, and what has sold.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
We're super active, so we're always on top of what's new and what's happening out in Inspirada.
And this is Leanne and I's 20th year being licensed.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, again, thank you very much for jumping on here with us. Technical difficulties do happen. We're not worried about that. But
thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
This is a great, like I said, a great idea to do. So I appreciate you reaching out.
Thanks.
Well,
so if anyone is interested in properties in Inspirada, or actually anywhere in the Valley for that matter, on the screen is Jeff and Leanne's contact information. Reach out, get in contact.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good luck today at your open house, and we will talk again very, very soon.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You.
Good
That's
deal.
great. I looked up where that house is. It is very, very close to some really great things. And what he was talking about with the station casinos, with the the Durango station, I know that they have pushed back the development of Inspirada station until they are done with the upgrade or the expansion of Durango, since Durango has been so busy.
Okay.
So I don't know that how far out, but I know it has a slight postponement. But for those of us that live here, many of us are, most of the people here that I've spoken with anyway, are really pro growth about and very excited to have the nice restaurants and a place to go, whatever they're putting in that one. There's talk about having a movie theater in this one, and which would be great just to be out in the middle here. And we're me personally, very excited about it.
I've heard this complaint about Inspirada in the past, and I'm not hearing as much now, but the complaint was it's so far out there. There's nothing around there. You got one grocery store, and then it's a trek for anything else.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely, we're kind of landlocked with the one grocery store where we have the Albertsons down here, but it's really not that bad. I mean, I think we're just so spoiled here in Southern Nevada to wherever we're just used to having something very close. We're used to having a grocery store right, and several grocery stores right down the street, and gas stations every corner. It feels like. I've been to many other cities, great established cities, where there's one grocery store. There's not another one for 5 or 6 miles, 8 from the next one. Or, forget about gas stations. I was in Pennsylvania, and finding a gas station closer, they were so far spread out. But we're just spoiled here.
Good way to put it. We are spoiled.
Yeah, for sure. You don't have to shovel sunshine here. That's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, we do have some technical problems today. Our next realtor is Kalina Mestas with Real Broker. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get her on. Let's see if she is able to pop on here and show us the great property she's got on the east side of town.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, there we go. How are you, Kalina?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing excellent. Excellent.
All right, let me start out front here.
Yeah, we came to you just about 2 minutes too early, sooner than you were expecting.
Yeah, so I'm here. This is, let me flip this around. This is the courtyard. So it's beautiful.
So this is a townhouse on the east side of town, correct?
Yep.
What are the cross streets here?
We're on Pecos and Harmon. So the good thing about this place is you're a quick 10-minute drive from the airport, which is really convenient, but you're also far enough where you don't hear the airport.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's really pretty out here. Let's go inside.
I am very familiar with these townhomes. In high school, some of my friends lived in these townhomes. I know exactly where those are.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So this is when you walk in, there's brand new LVP throughout. There was a recent remodel, but still got the charm of of when it was built in the 70s. Lots of room for entertaining in here. And this isn't the only living room. And then separate dining room over here with a wet bar.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, super cute. The kitchen is remodeled. So everything's new in here. New appliances, everything. Flawless. New island too. And open floor plan with the living room here.
Now these townhomes, they have that there's that courtyard, and that's the garage that's on the other side, correct?
Yep. So when you come in from the garage, you'll come into this courtyard. That's the garage. So you'll park in the garage, come into the courtyard, and then into the house. Yeah.
So the garage is essentially a detached garage with where your backyard is in between. Which is unique
Mm-hmm.
for I honestly the only community I remember here in Las Vegas with that type of flow, but it works out
Yeah,
well.
I've seen some. It's very vintage though. It's very cute.
Yeah.
And there's of course a bathroom down here. We got 3 bathrooms in the house. This is just a little half bath. So we'll take it upstairs. I also love the openness of the stairs.
Yeah, like the floating stairs. Those are called.
Yeah, the floating stairs. New carpet up here too. Everything's new, fresh, updated. We just got a couple bedrooms over here. Bathroom in the middle. This bedroom, she told me this is what sold her, and I'll show you. Yeah, she said this closet sold her on the home.
I love it.
Yep. And then the bathroom here. Still got the real natural wood. Yeah, so this is a great home for anyone looking to be on this side of town and have a lower payment than what's average for Las Vegas. So
Yeah, very good. Is this were they the original owner of this property? Do you know?
no, they weren't. They've lived here, I think, about 13 years, but it's time for them to go back to New York. Otherwise, they wouldn't be leaving. She loves it.
So what also I do know, I don't know if the view from the front of their property, but I know that there's a very open park in the middle of that community as well, where there's like basketball courts and things.
Oh
and
yeah, they have a lot of and pickleball.
Yeah.
Everyone's into pickleball lately. There's pickleball courts and there's a few pools. I mean, they're spread out because the community's big, so
yeah,
there's a few pools, a few pickleball courts, basketball, clubhouse, all of the good things that the HOA supplies.
yeah, for sure. I do remember, and you can tell it's an older, a more mature community by the trees. The trees are giant.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I'm touring neighborhoods and seeing properties. That's one of the things I always pay attention to is how mature are the trees. And look at these ones are obviously it's winter time, so they've dropped, but I'm sure there's a lot of shade there in the summertime, and really enjoy that part of it. We don't see a lot of that of our communities here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And the roots, it's already grown, like you said, so the roots aren't going to disrupt anything.
That's great.
Kalina, how long has this property been on the market?
Kalina, how long has the property been on the market?
We are, I think, just about 12 days. So.
Oh, very good.
Went live January 5th. Yeah. Steady on the showing, so we're just waiting for the right buyer to come on.
Very good.
And you're going to be out there until 3 o'clock today?
Yep, I'll be out here till 3 p.m.
Do you know if there's any? I know that because of that price point, you probably have a lot of investors that are interested. Are you seeing? Is there any kind of rental restrictions or anything that you're aware of in the community?
I'm not sure. I know that the HOA probably has a limit on how many can be rentals, but I haven't dug too far into that because, with all the remodeling they've done in here, they're not really looking for an investor to come buy it up anyways.
Yeah.
Like these are
a lot of love went into what they did in there.
Yeah. So I don't really know what else an investor could even do besides maybe more cabinets upstairs. Everything else is new.
That's great. That's great. Well, very good. Mike, any other questions you have for Kalina today?
No, I think this is a great property. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to showcase this is just the price point, $300,000. This is now kind of the starter home price. in Vegas. And I think this would be a great starter home for somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's great.
Your starter home funds your forever home.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I like that. I like that saying. Mike, what does a payment look like for a property like that?
You know, I didn't look at the exact numbers on this one, but if, you know, the last one was at $699 and we're looking at a monthly payment of just over $5,000. So, you know, basically we cut this one in half. You're looking at a payment under $2,500 a month.
Probably even less than that, probably under two. I would
probably
think.
Closer to $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that would be all in with taxes, insurance, and the HOA.
Yes. What we can always do next time, or Kalina, if you can always go on our Steward Title app, Steward Agent One, and you can pull the net sheet and payment, so we'll be able to do that next time.
Cool. Will do.
So, Kalina, if you would, tell us a little bit more about yourself. How long you been in the industry?
I've been in real estate a little over 4 years. I am born and raised here in Las Vegas, so I know the area as well. You know, you don't find a lot of natives anymore, so I like to throw that out there. Yeah, but Vegas is my home. My husband was in the Army, so I left for a little while, but I'm back to stay. And yeah, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. I mean, because where else could you be having this weather right now in January?
I know. Yeah. I know. I was just telling Mike, you don't have to shovel sunshine, and that's what I have some friends that are going back to Michigan. Going back to Michigan this week, and they are feeling it up there.
Yeah. And no matter how cold it is here, you still do have the sunshine. So that's what makes it tolerable.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, so you're out there till 3. Hopefully you get some good traffic today and get some people to come say hi to you and get that moved, because I think it's definitely a great property in that part. And I know that part of town. I know my old junior high school is right down the street from that, and they just built a brand new junior high school right down the street, right off of Harmon and Sandhill, just one street down.
Oh yeah, that is one street down.
Yeah, one street down, brand new. They redid our junior high that I went to, and you're also not far from just in either direction. There's some really great restaurants not far over there off of Trop and Pecos, just right down the street. Some of my favorites.
Yeah, there's lots to do over here. Great.
Your high school's right over there also, isn't it, Paul?
What's that?
Your high school? You're real close to that.
Yeah, not too far. It's not far. It's probably 4 miles from there. But like my junior high was really close to there. Really close. Like literally a half a mile from that community.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, thanks for having me on.
Awesome, Kalina. We are so glad you joined us today. Again, if you're interested in one of Kalina's properties, contact her, call her, email, text, contact her in any way possible. She's happy to help you. Thank you, Kalina. Well, let's get you back on another episode when you do your next open house. Sound good?
Yes, I think I lost service a little bit, but I'm definitely down for the next open house.
All right. Take care, Kalina. Have a great day. Good luck today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Well, technical difficulties shorten our show today, but
yeah, that's all right. You know, it's just one of those things. And as we're dealing with the Wi-Fi out there, the great thing is, even with a little bit of the technical difficulties, people are able to see these properties from the comfort of their own home. They get to see the agents putting in the work. And that's what you want with a real estate agent. You want someone who's going to put in the work for you, show your home, do whatever they can to get it marketed, whether it's through their social media channels, through shows like this, all the different things to really, really get it exposed to the amount of buyers out there. Now, granted, people can just go on Zillow and look things up, but it's better when you connect with the realtor. It's really great when you connect with a realtor you know personally, and if you don't know someone, contact the listing agent of the house. They know that house better than anybody. Yeah. So it's a really, really good thing to do, regardless of technical difficulties.
Yeah, and again, one of the reasons for this we decided to put this show together was to give exposure to two groups of people. One, the realtors in the Valley that are, just like you said, putting in the work and showcasing open houses. But the other is for the owners of these properties, to give them another means of advertising and marketing the property they're trying to sell. You talked about marketing homes in different ways. A lot of realtors out there, and surprisingly, it still happens, they think they just have to slap a property on the MLS and wait for it to sell.
Right.
I'll say it, it's a lazy realtor.
Yeah.
The realtors that are worth hiring are the ones that are aggressive and help you sell that house. They do open houses, they canvass neighborhoods, they do everything they can to notify as many people as possible about this property that's listed for sale.
For sure. Well, it's nice to have the realtors jump on and give us their best showings and their best properties. So we're excited to have them.
Absolutely. Now, as we always like to do, we like to talk about the market, what is going on. And, for most of the time, not much changes from week to week.
Right.
But there are things that do change. There are things that we want to highlight. So let's jump in. I know Paul's got some information here that he wants to show.
Yeah. And thanks for bringing that up. Whereas we talked about the last couple of weeks, we've been just showing the days on the market. We've been showing the amount of expired and the inventory. Well, since last week, there hasn't been much of a change. We've had a few more listings pop up, nothing substantial, maybe another 150 or so more. Expired stayed pretty flat. Days on market is not going to change much week to week. And the median price, again, didn't change much week to week. So what we decided to show today was, this is all single family activity from last year, December, year over year. So 2025 versus 2024. And just to see on all of these zip codes, a lot of negative signs, a lot of minus signs. But if you look at it, it's not anything super substantial for the ones where they're the most populated. For example, if you look in the Summerlin area, in the 89135 area, or 145, 117, those areas, again, haven't had a lot of change, very small percentage change, and which is normal because people are reducing prices a little bit. You reduce a house of, a $700,000 house, you lower the price a little bit, 1% is what? Is $7,000, right? So 3% would be a $20,000 price correction on that. So it's not much. There have been a couple with some other upside. You see some pretty substantial increases in some zip codes. Mainly that's because there's a lot of new development in that area. So that's why you're seeing some of them with a pretty high percentage increase.
Hey, Paul, what are these numbers reflecting? A change in what?
The change in overall, this is the pricing changes over the last year over year.
Okay.
Year over year. So again, a little bit here, a little bit of growth here, a little bit less.
So this is showing that 89021 had a price growth of 78%.
Yes, but if you look at where 8902, and I don't know where that zip code is, but if you look in the top right corner, those are some of the outer lying zip codes.
Yeah.
So it must have had, it may something like that. A big climb like that, I would attribute to maybe only a handful of transactions in that area, or like one big land transaction.
Right.
I would pay closer attention to in the inner area, the zip codes, all the different colors in the middle. That's really where you're going to see, that's where all the population is.
Okay.
So I would, those would be more realistic.
So this is interesting. When we talk to buyers and they're waiting on things to change, they're looking for homes to become more affordable.
Right.
And that's in the way of price decreases or moreover, monthly payment decreases,
Correct.
low interest rate decreases. You know, we're seeing some zip codes in here where values have dropped 10%, 12% year over year. And that's substantial.
Yeah, it is. It is substantial. And again, but if you look at the areas with some of the highest increases, or kind of like right along the Las Vegas Boulevard corridor, is where we see some of the larger changes for the most part, and the smaller changes are from, you know, the more, we'll call it the more desirable areas. I think I'm allowed to say that because I'm not a real estate licensee. I think I'm allowed to say that. But the more desirable areas of town, when you look at Inspirada or in Summerlin, or some of the, or even up in like Sky Canyon area.
Yeah. Yeah. Little changes, not great, just like you said, because they're the more popular areas. They're the more desirable. So, you know, people will pay a premium in those areas.
Yeah.
But again, I want to zoom in on this a little bit. When we look back at, let's call it affordability, and let's look at starter homes, somebody buying their first home. Now, you may not be able to get a home in the neighborhood you want, such as Summerlin, such as Inspirada, but there are affordable homes in the area, or in the valley. And
100% there are.
you know, and when you look at, you know, where Kalina was, I think she was 89120 zip code.
Mm-hmm.
That dropped 7% year over year.
Yeah.
You know, the starter homes are not always where you ultimately want to be, but they are starter homes. Get your foot in the market, get a property. And then what was Karina's message?
Kalina.
Yeah. Kalina, sorry. What was her message? A starter home leads to your forever home? Something like that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that quote.
Yeah. So
yeah, we'll see, you know, and you're right. So many people are just waiting on the sidelines for a lot of different reasons, between economic uncertainty, political uncertainty, things like that. And I think that we'll see, as this year starting, we're already starting to see a bit of a pickup, and feel that's going to move into a really good year for 2026.
Absolutely. And I think Renee or Leanne and Jeff talked about, they're already in the Inspirada area. They are seeing a pickup in activity.
Yeah.
Just from doing open houses and doing their videos on a weekly basis. So I think you're right. This year is going to be a much stronger year than last, for a lot of reasons, as we've talked about in previous weeks. So I think that it's going to continue, and it's going to be a pretty good year for us.
Well, I'm excited for it, and we're ready for it. Last year was a little rough in real estate land, so we're excited for the growth of 2026.
And there's more news that's been coming out that's positive for real estate, not negative. So that all contributes to having a much better year.
Indeed, it does. Well, another week done, and we'll have some new properties for everyone next week.
And if you have not already, subscribe to this show, just so you get notified when we start to go live. Just so if you are in the market, you're able to reach out to these realtors hosting the open houses on the day of their open house. Give them some love, give them some feedback, and get out there and find yourself a new property.
Indeed. Well, thanks again for a great week, Mike, and I will see you next Saturday.
Absolutely, Paul. We will see you then. Take care.